What's up, everyone? Welcome to Pat's Chat. I'm Doug Kyed. I'm with Michael Hurley, as always. Michael, it is Thursday night. Football starts in like 3 minutes. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I just saw Christian McCaffrey's on the injury report. So football season is upon us. Like
It's
this is
officially upon us. I
it
mean,
is
same thing
real.
with the Patriots. Like Will Campbell just popped up on the injury report today, limited with an ankle injury. So, you know, these are the things that happen during football season.
Yeah, one
You
thing
think it's
about
fun, but then there's something pops up and then you're feeling heart palpitations about it, you know?
one thing about playing in the NFL and making your debut is it's usually pretty easy. So I think to have an ankle injury pop up a couple days before it when you won't be facing an elite pass rusher every snap, but maybe like 20 to 25 of them he'll be lined up against you and you're not only worried about him, but now you're worried about your ankle. I think it should be a pretty fun afternoon for a kid trying to make his NFL day. Pretty easy work, I think.
Yeah, really lowers the difficulty level quite a bit. But no, I mean, we'll find out more on Friday about the severity of that because, like, okay, so most of the time when a player is listed as limited with an injury, it's because, like, what he suffers an injury and then it literally just like limits him in practice.
You could
Like,
miss one snap, and technically
right.
you're supposed to be listed as limited.
But then there's other injuries where, like, if it happens midway through practice and you suffer an injury and then you don't finish practice, that would also technically be considered limited.
Yeah,
It's far more rare, but like, there's not a different word, there's no different terminology for those things. So, like, this truly is just like, we'll see what happens on Friday. We'll see what Mike Vrabel says after practice. We'll see what we say in practice. Yeah,
the scope of it goes from he got stepped on one snap and got hurt, like it hurt the way
right.
that we get hurt, and he took a couple minutes off to feel better,
Yeah.
to a tree fell on his foot and dislodged his ankle, and it's still on the field, and he'll never get it back. Those are the two variable poles that you could reach on this. I'm guessing it's closer to the former, but until tomorrow or until Friday afternoon, we won't know.
It's very true. We will watch practice at 11:30. Mike Vrabel speaks to us at 1:15,
Ooh, afternoon Vrabel.
and then we go to the locker room at 1:30. So we'll
Remember
know
when
much more after that.
remember when Brady used to do Friday afternoon and he would just postpone it and then it would be like 5:30 and then Brady would talk, and I have a feeling it's because he got so sick of everything he said becoming news that he was like, if I do it at 5:30 on a Friday, it would be really hard for any news organization to really even care enough to do anything with it.
That was I think 2019. Like, things took a while to go downhill with Brady media wise,
Hmm.
because like up until 2018, I think it was every Wednesday. He cooperated. He did what he did all throughout his career, and then in 2019, it was like that happened. Remember the whole situation with he appeared on some Netflix show and there was like
Oh
a
yeah,
masseuse.
the blame and shame
He got like very
media.
mad at the media for making a big deal out of it,
Yeah,
and for asking him questions about it. And that day he talked at his locker. He wasn't even
yeah.
going to do a podium. So, yeah, I mean, but I don't know. Feels like there was some stuff going on behind the scenes that maybe didn't make him too happy.
Yeah.
And we're seeing some of those things
Yeah.
pop
Well,
up again.
you opened with the injury. I wanted to lay it out for any viewers that I've changed my setup here a little bit.
Oh,
And
sorry.
do you
I
want it?
took away from you.
No. But do you want to know why I have a different
Yeah.
camera angle, a whole different setup? It's because I have gotten injured doing the last two podcasts with you.
I thought you were going to say that you got banned from the basement.
No, I'm
That
in the
that
same
the base
room.
well, the basement didn't treat you well enough, so now you've been banned.
The drums are still there. We're just at a different angle here.
Mm.
But I got hurt podcasting because I think I was hunched in a certain way. The camera was up high. You know that we've struggled to get our equipment
Yeah.
properly. So we did one the other day. The one before that, I couldn't walk the next day. My back was so seized up. And then it started the other night, and that's probably why we had a lot of movement on my microphone because I was trying to make sure it was right. And so I'm like, you know what? We got to bring it down and see how it goes because getting old is a bunch of crap.
You're making a bad name for podcasters with this.
I
Couldn't
know.
walk after recording a podcast. There's
When
professional
I
athletes that podcast.
when I got into this biz, into the show biz, known as this sports biz, I was like 24. I was the young guy, and it's like oh, that guy's a young guy, and then all of a sudden you're just not, and
Yeah.
that's tough. That's tough for me to adapt to. I'll just be honest because in my head I'm still like 13, but
Yeah.
then my back hurts from podcasting. So I just wanted to address the elephant in the room for anyone that was curious.
The other elephant in the room is that your mic makes a lot of noise if you even think about moving. It just did it right there. We're gonna try to limit that as much as possible. But yeah, should we talk about Belichick real quick?
You want to open with Belichick? You gotta get it out of the way.
I don't
I
know.
guess
We
it's a
opened
big
with we
story.
opened with the injury,
Yeah.
right?
Well, no,
Um,
yeah, we should because you reported it, so it's a Doug Kyed, not exclusive because a number of people have reported it since.
right.
But I
Um,
appreciated that because I saw the story and everyone ran with it. I'm like, I probably think it's true, but someone should verify it.
right. Yeah, because John Middlecoff, former NFL scout, uh, talked about on his show, his YouTube show, his podcast, that the Patriots had been banned from UNC. And obviously,
Scouts.
the Patriots scouts have been banned from UNC practices. And yeah, like it's worth verifying it. I wanted to give credit to John Middlecoff, obviously, but we like me and Andrew Callahan had multiple sources confirm that Bill Belichick has banned Patriot scouts from UNC practices,
The quote that
and
you used to promote the story was ridiculous.
from a UNC athletic source, why would we let them in our home after how he's been treated since he left?
I could
Um,
answer it. I wish that you should have brought me in as a third party, like to have sort of a debate club, because I could answer it, and it's because why wouldn't you? Why would you? Why would anyone at that school care about your history getting fired by the Patriots when they're
right.
trying to make your team play for you, do well, and then ideally play in the NFL? That is the whole appeal of playing for Bill Belichick. And a lot of these kids were growing up in Dynasty Part Two. And a lot of the appeal theoretically to go to
Right.
UNC is to play for Belichick. Maybe you even grew up a Patriots fan because of
Right.
that, because you watched them win so many Super Bowls. And now, if that's one of the teams you hope to play for one day, they can't even come watch you play, is just absurd.
And to finish that quote, we will help our players, but being treated fairly is a two-way street. A source did specify that Patriot scouts can still receive film on UNC players and call the UNC staff for information on prospects. But this was one of those things, and like just to give a background or whatever, like when that story comes out originally from John Middlecoff, like it kind of feels like it reflects a little poorly on UNC, right?
Yeah, they have no. Belichick has full total control of everything, it seems.
Right. So when I went to confirm it with a UNC source, I was even a little bit surprised that it was so strong. Like obviously
Yeah.
they feel very strongly about this, and that's not to say that they're wrong about it, but like I was just personally a little bit surprised that the response was so like they're backing this. They're doubling down. They're like they think it's yeah. I mean they said why would they let him in our home after the
Yeah.
way he's been treated since he left? Um and yeah, it seems like it's related to
It's
Kraft
so
saying that he
what?
fired Belichick. It seems like it's
Yeah.
related to the Dynasty book, like it's related to the Dynasty documentary. I don't know. Like I don't think there's like a fourth example though. I mean, there might be, but I don't know. Like this is one of those things I think that like a lot of Patriots
Well,
fans
I
would just
think it's
prefer at a certain point that bygones would be bygones, but it doesn't feel like that's happening anytime soon.
I think Bill feels, and you saw it in that quote last week to Volan or 2 weeks ago, where it was,
Right.
I think he felt as though Kraft got too involved in the
Right.
process, where whether that was forcing Elliott Wolf into the front office, whether that was making him take Mac Jones. I don't know how far back it goes, probably not the Mac Jones ones, but I think there is bitterness from that, but it's just irrelevant to UNC. And I think it's another demerit, or for lack of a better term, for
Right.
how his spring, summer, and soon to be fall has been going at UNC. By the way, it looks like we have a season-ending injury on the opening kickoff of the season.
Well, oh, you might be behind because Jalen Carter just got
No, I saw
ejected
that.
from the game.
He spit. Did he
Yeah.
do a spit?
Yeah.
Let's
We
see.
got
Here
big
comes
we
the
got Big
spit.
Dom on the
Oh,
field.
you can't spit on the quarterback before the game starts.
Yeah.
Going to be a big
Well, we
game for
probably
Milton
shouldn't
Williams.
since there's people who are going to be listening to this podcast afterwards, we probably should not live react to the game.
Well, I mean, a
But
live spitting on the quarterback before the game really begins. You have
yeah,
a season-ending injury to Ben Van Sumeren, and then a spitting on the quarterback and ejection.
you know what?
Wow.
I picked the Commanders to win the NFC East in our Boston Herald NFL preview. I could wind up looking extremely dumb, but first play of the game, not
Yeah.
going too well for the Eagles right now.
Yeah. Man, football is tough. You get carted off, your season's over. You played one
Yeah.
kickoff. It's brutal.
Duke. Oh yeah, the Cowboys don't retire numbers, huh? Because we got Tony Dorsett back there for the Cowboys.
Well, you could have a big game. Yeah. Has anyone worn like 88
Yeah.
or 8?
I don't know about 8, but I mean like CD Lamb wears number
He wears
88.
88.
I don't
Yeah.
know if you've heard of him.
Who? CD Lamb? That can't be a real name. Anyways, yeah, to
Anyways,
put a cap on, I think we agree.
yeah. It's just like
Not to go
it's
crazy, but I think Bill is doing poorly
it's
at
it's bad
this.
it's bad press, and it's in, I don't know, like it's a unforced error, I would
Yeah.
say, which is something that Bill Belichick obviously like despised as a coach. But yeah, if you're recruiting players, or if you're like wanting players to stay after this season or whatever it is, like these are the things that you don't really want to get out. And the program seems to be embracing them, if anything.
Yeah, and it's just you don't have to love Robert Kraft if you're Bill Belichick, and I do
Right.
think Robert Kraft coming out this week and basically having the most awkward interview, but just he wanted to announce that he wants to build a Bill Belichick statue. That coming at a time when the whole country is laughing at Bill Belichick and locally he's under fire is not a coincidence. It's Robert Kraft trying to pick a time to really get Bill's attention, like I'm on your side.
Mm,
Even if Kraft wronged you in your head, right? Which
right.
whatever, you guys have problems. Even if you didn't like him going to league meetings saying, I deal with the biggest prick in the league, or whatever he used to say, schmuck, or all these things, right?
Right.
Kraft loved talking like that about Bill. Maybe it rubbed Bill. You don't have to be, but you can just say, yeah, we had a lot of great success together, and nothing will ever change that.
Right.
And move on. It's just how many different things are we going to end up talking about?
And you keep making that noise, so I'm just telling you so you know. One other point here is that like I understand Belichick having a problem with Kraft, but like Mike Vrabel also exists, and
And the
like
scouts, like the
and
scout.
like
Why should we let the scouts in? Because they have
right,
nothing to do with this.
yeah, like I don't think it's the scouts who have treated anyone poorly. Like even Elliot Wolf, like I don't know, I have no idea what Belichick thinks of Elliot Wolf at this point, but like those guys worked together for like what, 3 years or something like that. And
Yeah.
like after Vrabel got hired, I think Belichick had a ton of praise for him. So
And Matt Groh, I mean, his last name's Groh.
right, yeah,
You'd
I mean
think there'd be
Groh is
some-
and I don't know, all sorts of guys in the front office still came in with Bill. Like it's the number is dwindling now at this point, but still like he's got connections with guys there. It just feels so bizarre.
Yeah, it's just, and honestly, the fact that they looked as bad as they looked the other night, I don't
Right,
know
that
how many.
obviously doesn't help either. Yeah,
I don't know how many scouts are rushing to Chapel Hill to check this
right.
team out.
Yeah,
However, it just doesn't help them, and I do think that's sort of why you go play for the quote unquote 33rd NFL team,
right.
is because
That's the other thing.
you're trying to make it as a pro, and your head coach is actively working against it because of some petty BS. It's lousy. I don't know. I don't think we're being hysterical about it or
No,
crazy media about it. It's just like you can't act that way in society. And I think he got away
Yeah.
with a lot of stuff here because they won so much and he had established so much that
right.
to go somewhere else and do it when you haven't done anything in a long time,
Yeah.
it doesn't look good.
Well, yeah, I did. I got a funny tweet about this. That it was like saying that the New England media is now TMZ. There's a negative obsession with the guy that brought 6 Super Bowls to the region. He's the head coach of UNC. Has nothing to do with the Patriots. It's sad that we're doing this. It's like we aren't the ones who did this.
Yeah.
And it does have to do with the Patriots because now the Patriot scouts aren't allowed at UNC practices. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Like yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
And ultimately, I mean, if you're a Patriots fan, he's also drove Tom Brady away from the franchise. So like there is the 6 Super Bowls for sure,
Right.
and then like as bad of an ending as you could cook up.
Yeah. All right. Did you want to talk about Stefon Diggs? Did you want to talk about
I
Christian
want to talk about the
Gonzalez?
game. Can we talk about the game? Because I'm having trouble squaring the game exactly because we've obviously, I don't know about you, Doug,
Yeah.
a lot of focus on the Patriots past couple days, weeks, months.
Yeah.
Not sure where they are despite all that. There's a lot
They're
of
in
questions.
Foxborough.
Most of them probably the greater Foxborough area at this hour, but just questions on the offensive line, questions about the defense,
Mm-hmm.
questions about the coaching staff, questions about the quarterback, questions about the
Mm-hmm.
rookies, and you're kind of like, you won't get all the answers. So you're trying to piece that together, and then you look across and you're trying to make sense of what the Raiders are right now.
Right.
Also finished 4-13 last year. Also got a new coach. They got a new quarterback. I don't. There's elements where I guess if you just look at the talent, which is what some people do, the best player in the game is probably the tight end. Fair.
Yes. That's fair.
The,
And Max
se-
Crosby.
the second, or yeah, it's Crosby and it's Bowers are your
Yeah.
two
Those
most
guys are
talented
like
players.
among the best players at their position in the NFL. Yeah.
In this, we don't know yet in the NFL. Genty might be the third.
Yeah. Certainly possible.
Very well could be. I mean,
Yeah.
for as good of a rookie running back as the Patriots got, they got a guy who carried Boise State to the
Yeah.
playoffs, which is nuts. So there's risk where when the schedule came out, we kind of all said W. And now as the day gets closer, I really don't have a strong feeling either. I'm trying to like tap into the feeling, and I'm struggling to get a good read on it. So that's where Doug Kyed, professional football man, helps me and everyone else out because it's trickier than it seemed not too long ago.
I have I'm having a hard time getting a read on this game because there is just so much
Damn it, Doug.
unknowns.
I
I
mean,
know, but like you're smart to think this because the Raiders have more high-end talent in this game, which is a point that you made very well. Like Crosby, Bowers, possibly Genty. The Patriots have Christian Gonzalez, who is probably at this point not going to play in this game. They have Trevion Henderson, who's going to be, I think he's going to be great, but like there's a reason why Genty was a top 10 pick and Henderson won in the second round. You have Stefon Diggs, who's coming back from an ACL tear. You've got Drake May, who we think he's going to be good this season, but it's not really a guarantee. Milton Williams signed for a bunch of money, but he's never played 50% snaps in a season. And Christian Barmore looked like he was going to be a perennial Pro Bowler, but then he had blood clots last year. And obviously you think like, okay, the blood clot issue has been solved and he can return to his 2023 form. But the last time we saw him was in 2024 when he didn't play very well. So like, there's just questions abound about the Patriots. Will Campbell could be great.
yeah.
Dealing with an ankle injury now. Didn't have the greatest summer of all time. So yeah, it's like, it does feel like the strengths of the Raiders are more sure things than the strengths of the Patriots right now.
Yeah. But I guess part of the issue for me, at least, is it feels as though the Patriots, nothing terrible happened in camp. I'd say it
No?
was a pretty good camp, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they did what they wanted to do, but just I feel as though maybe ever since Cutdown Day or leading up, it was the podcast we did where we made it 53 ahead of Cutdown Day, and it was like,
Yeah.
there's two things: the roster's not great, 1-53, and two, how many football teams in the history of the world have made it through a season without many injuries?
Yeah, I mean, basically, like every time the Patriots did it, they won a Super Bowl in during the dynasty era. And but then that also showed
But
that like if they had any significant injuries,
well,
they
no, I mean,
didn't win the Super Bowl. So it's like it makes a
they won a
massive
Super, but
difference.
they also won a Super Bowl like without Rob Gronkowski.
Right.
Whereas
Yeah.
if this team, Christian Gonzalez has the hamstring injury, and it's like, well, that completely changes everything.
Yeah.
And there's a 0% chance they make it through this year without injuries. And you're looking at week one, and you have your best player in Christian Gonzalez. I mean, we can say he's out. He hasn't practiced since July. And you have your left tackle dealing with an ankle injury that popped up. and there's nobody behind him. You're looking at 2024 left tackle situation again if
Right.
he
You're
can't
looking at
play.
Marcus Bryant. Like cornerback depth is better. But left tackle,
Yeah.
like, and once again, like we have no idea what's going on with Campbell. It's like it could mean two significant things. But no, yeah, like the fact that they're already dealing with these things, and the fact that like your best player is Christian
Yeah.
Gonzalez,
Well,
and
and
it's certainly looking like he's not going to play.
another thing is I guess it's just been so many words and interviews and like McDaniel's talking today, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
kind of like we got so little. You saw more of it being there for joint
Yeah.
practices and whatnot. The rest of us only saw what 4 series from Drake May
Right. Yeah.
in the offense, and it just there's so much unknown. We didn't see Diggs. There's a ton you didn't see that I guess just leads to the unknown. And it's not necessarily a negative
Yeah.
result, but I guess maybe that's just the way that my cautious conservative brain might work in that situation.
Can I play big deal, not a big deal with you right
I
now?
love big deal, not a big deal.
I
Big deal,
know
spitting on the quarterback and getting ejected before the game starts.
I know that usually we flip this, and you're the one who says it. You're the one who tries to play with me,
Well,
but
you're the level-headed one among us. I'm a little bit
that
off
is
the
true.
edge.
I appreciate you saying that. That is true.
Oh,
So I want your what's the unlevel headed opinion about
okay.
this? So in practice today, we got to a point where the Patriots offense was on the field with no offensive linemen. So it was the quarterback,
Big
wide
deal.
receivers, running
That's a
back,
big
and tight
deal.
end.
Not good. You need those guys.
And when they did this, the personnel with Drake May was from Andre Stevenson at running back. It was Hunter Henry at tight end. And the wide receivers were Demario Douglas, Kayshon Boutte, and Mac Hollins. Is this a big deal or not a big deal that Stefon Diggs was part of the next group?
Big deal. It's a big deal. And I do think I want to believe, right? That, and I'm checking. I want to believe that that would be a result of them planning on playing him 65% of the snaps in week 1. The guy hasn't played since October 27th and he tore his ACL. I would think it would be wise on their part to not throw him in there for 80 to 90% of the offensive snaps. So that would be my thought process, not like, oh, they're punishing him.
Right.
Oh, he's bad. I'm looking at his snap counts now. He was on the field even last year in Houston in his 8 games, played 78% of the time, 82% before that, 77, 82. Not since 2020 when he played 89% of the snaps
Mm-hmm.
was he like an every snap player.
Right.
So I would guess if he was 78 and 82 the past 2 years, Sunday in week 1 and through like week 4, he should probably be a 50 to 60% snaps kind of guy as he regains game footing, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I think I agree with that. I mean, like he seems to want to be a full go. Someone asked him on Wednesday if he was going to be on like a play count. I think it was Greg Bedard who asked him that, and he said like hell no. And then he was like, oh, but seriously, I hope not, or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's hoping that he's going to be playing 100% of snaps, and it might mean absolutely nothing that he was not part of that first grouping that was out there. Maybe that's just one package that they're going to be running in this game. That's what they trotted out, and that's what we saw. But like, there are all these questions, at least for me, where it's like, okay, so is Kayshon Boutte or is Mac Hollins going to be starting in the offense? And it does like make me think like, oh, I don't know, maybe they both will. Like, but like so I keep writing like, yeah, Stefon Diggs likely to start in the like we all expect him to be a starting wide receiver. It just I don't know. I'm not saying he's not going to be because I have no idea. Like this is literally just all I saw in practice. So I don't want this to become a big deal.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm asking you, like, is it or isn't it? And I don't know. I think that ultimately, yeah, they should play it safe with him, and they should play it safe with Christian Gonzalez to not put him out there if he's only practicing once before the season starts.
And I'm curious too, because I'm looking at, well, I had his numbers up. He had 64 targets in 8 games last year, which is 8 targets a game.
Mm-hmm.
Previous season, he had 160 targets in 17 games, which comes out to 9.4 targets per game. The season before that, in 16 games, 9.6 targets per game. The season before that, 9.6 targets per game. So he's a guy that's used to getting the ball 9 to 10 times a
Yeah.
game. And I don't know if this offense is ready to do that. And I don't think it's built to
Right.
do that. So there's going to be an adjustment on his part as the Patriots have a whole slew of adjustments. But I guess on the positive side, when you say that, right?
Mhm.
If you came to me in April and you were like, they ran this 3 receiver set with Mac Hollins, Demario Douglas, and Kayshon Boutte, I'd be like, woof. Kayshon Boutte alone has really changed the scope of that receiver room by
I
just
know, it's kind of wild. It really
really,
is.
like, I don't think anyone has expected him to have like 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns,
Right.
but the way that he turned into a professional receiver
Yeah.
sort of in the offseason is really, I think, pretty remarkable. So
Yeah, I mean, like Elliot Wolf and Todd Downing have both talked about how proud they are of Keishon Boutte. Like Todd Downing said it himself. He was like, he came in as a football player and now he's a professional football player. And I talked to Keishon Boutte. The story's coming out tomorrow, and like he he was saying that like he's kind of found out who he truly is this offseason. And he wouldn't really expound on it more, but he was saying like, yeah, I've kind of figured out who I am. Just I think as a person, as a football player. Um, and yeah, it does seem like he took things very seriously. And like, honestly, he had a great camp, and I'm trying not to hype him up too much, but
yeah,
like, I think that he like, I don't know, like it just felt like
he
there's
had
those
no.
glimmers of like what he was at LSU, and I'm not sure if he's ever going to be that again. But like the fact that it existed at one point of him being a 5-star recruit who was viewed as a first round prospect and wore number 7 at LSU as their top offensive player, like those things still mean something. And I want to give credit also to the Patriots for sticking with Kayshon Boutte
Right.
because he had 2 catches for 19 yards as a rookie. And
Well, go
they
back to that.
easily,
Happy birthday.
thank you.
How does
Um,
that happen? We should really Google that one because that's
I
happened
did
before.
this. I don't know what that was. That was weird.
Did someone
Um,
do that? Did someone hack our mainframe?
maybe that was a StreamYard playing a prank on us. But just to finish my point, like Javon Baker had 1 catch for 12 yards last year, and he got cut. Kayshon Boutte had 2 catches for 19 yards his rookie year, and he didn't get cut last year. And obviously, the wide receiver core was worse last year, so it was easier to carry Kayshon Boutte through. But they saw something that they wanted to stick with him. It's already paid off to some extent since he had like 500 something yards last year. Yes. Oh yeah, it's not working
I'm
for you.
just trying.
Um, but they stuck with him, and now like he's a all summer he was starting, so like it looks like he's going to be a starter, which is
Yeah.
big. Yeah.
Well, think back. Not to make this the Belichick podcast. We're not a Matt Patricia podcast. We're not a Bill Belichick podcast. What did Kayshon Boutte do in his first NFL game against the Eagles 2 years ago?
He only had one. He only got 1 foot in.
He
Yeah.
only got 1 foot in.
Yeah.
And where did he spend the
Maybe
next?
that's what they're talking about him being a professional wide receiver. He now knows to get 2 feet in.
But where did he spend the next 7 to 8 weeks after that?
Right. Yeah. And the Dolphins.
Inactive.
Yeah.
And that didn't help. Like the
No.
development didn't help. That season was a bit of a mess. I know we've done the 2024 season a lot. Let's go back to 2023 for a second, Doug. Do you want to play some quizzery?
Oh
That was,
God.
remember, the Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi, Malik Cunningham season.
Yes. Hold on. Who were the top wide receivers that year?
Okay. Top target.
Demario Douglas had 500 something yards.
Correct.
Was Hunter Henry the top target, or was it Ramondre Stevenson?
Are you talking targets or receptions?
Targets.
Demario Douglas led the team in targets, in receiving yards. 561 yards led the team.
Oh,
Hunter Henry was next. Kendrick Bourne. It was Devontae Parker dropping the ball in Las Vegas,
Parker.
right? Ezekiel, I can never say his name. Ezekiel Elliott was 5th with 313 yards. Juju Smith-Schuster had 260 yards. Mike Gesicki. Pharaoh Brown was 9th with 208. Jalen Reagor, 130. And that was a year when they had Kayshon Boutte come in and gave him no looks after his foot went out of bounds. So I don't think he was done any favors.
No.
Played week 1, 4 targets, no catches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks inactive. Played 2 weeks, 3 weeks inactive. Played inactive. Played. It's hard to develop in that circumstance. And then you had the gambling thing come out right after that year.
Yeah. Yep.
And we all just assumed, oh, they'll cut him. He had a bad rookie year. He's probably not that good. They kept him, and you're right. Whoever was involved in those decisions along the way deserves some credit.
Yeah, no, it is very, very true.
I have a football take.
Yep.
not fully engrossed in this game, but we've had 3 kickoffs and 2 of them have resulted in absolute chaos. So kickoffs should be banned or not
Yeah.
banned. Maybe not banned. Don't ban kickoffs because we like chaos.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get spit, you get flags, you got ejections. It's great.
Yeah. Wow. I'm reading more about another report from ESPN came out about Belichick banning the Patriots staff from the program. When reached by ESPN, North Carolina football general manager Michael Lombardi said, "Good luck," and then hung up the phone.
Oh,
UNC also
cool.
declined comment. Lombardi and Tar Heels pro liaison Francie Jourdain informed the Patriots that they would be banned from UNC the day before one of their scouts was scheduled to visit in August, a source with direct knowledge told ESPN. Um, Scouts are offered limited access or two NFL scouts who work for other teams told ESPN that North Carolina, under Belichick's leadership, offers limited access to all NFL personnel. Clubs are allowed to speak only with Jourdain, and the UNC's college relations website says that scouts will have zero access to coaches or other personnel people, according to the scouts. So, Patriots certainly getting the real raw deal here, but it feels like there's an overall um, issue with the NFL at
Yeah.
UNC. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, the depth chart that went viral the other night, and it's like, oh, he's got no names in the depth chart. And it's like typical Belichick at it again. Screw the media. And it's like part of the job in college is to promote your players. Like it's
Right.
such an important part for so many different reasons. It's not like these aren't guys making millions of dollars most of the time. I mean, I know a few might make $1 million, but it's just, you know what else is like the Michael Lombardiness of it all? Like
Mm-hmm.
the radio was playing some pregame clips, and someone on the desk was like, Michael Lombardi, he's running things. He's got a handful of Super Bowl rings too. And it's like, really? Really? Do you know how he got 2 of those Super Bowls? Do you know what his title was in New England, Doug? Do you know what it was?
I was it assistant to the head coach or what was
Assistant
it?
to the coaching staff. Do
Yes.
you know what
Yeah.
that means? Bill liked me.
Yeah.
He did not get a Super Bowl. He got a Super Bowl ring as much as the popcorn vendor did. And his other one, he got a Super Bowl with the 49ers back in 1984. Do you know what his
Hmm.
job was then?
I do not know.
Scout.
Scout.
So you'd think he'd have some understanding of it, but I don't know. There's just, I guess, the arrogance of the whole thing. Remember the story,
Wonder if he
and
was allowed at UNC to scout Lawrence Taylor.
he was good. The the story, probably in this maybe over the winter. I think it was right after he signed, right after he became the coach, Belichick.
Right.
The
Yeah.
story came out, and it was this a Belichick confidant had all these quotes, and it was like,
Right.
just put your name on it, Mike.
Yeah.
And one of it was like, oh, he's going to prove them wrong for voting him off the island. He had to talk to all these owners that don't know anything. And it's just like, it started with this sort of unnecessary arrogance that has
Right.
permeated and seems to be getting worse. We'll see. I don't know. They're probably going to beat UNC Charlotte, right?
I mean, they better. If they don't, it's a true disaster.
I will watch. I would like to watch that game. I'm gonna have to Google how to find that one. You don't something I
I
will say
think
this.
it's ACC. It's either ACC Network or ESPN Plus.
Okay, I do get ACC Network, so let's hope. That's
Wow.
how I watched like a
Sick brag.
random. Every now and then I'll watch like BC lose to Virginia or something at like
Right.
3 o'clock on a Saturday. I'm like, that was a weird thing to watch, but
Yeah.
yeah. You know what? We're not a Matt Patricia podcast. You know who really worked things really worked out for is the fact
Who?
that he's not at
I
North
know.
Carolina. Like
Seriously.
he was the belle of the ball last week. Everyone was like, he's
I
an
know.
NFL coach putting this Arch
Shut
Manning in a
down
blender.
Arch Manning. Yep.
You know what shut Arch Manning down is the fact that he couldn't throw the ball from me to you without spiking it into the ground. So
You're right. I know. Yeah. And we'll see how this works out for Josh McDaniels on Sunday. Good segue there because he also didn't follow Bill Belichick to UNC. He's going to be coaching against his former team. So many connections in this game. Like,
mhm.
obviously, the Josh McDaniels Raiders one is big, but like, I feel like we haven't even gotten to the fact that Pete Carroll coached with the Patriots once. Like,
It's
we've
true.
gotten to Super Bowl 49, but we haven't made our way all the way back to 1999 yet.
I know. I mean, I would think at this point, Pete probably doesn't think of it that much.
It's true.
I
Yeah,
don't
probably
think
not.
he's like, I'm coaching against my former team because he had like a whole dynastic USC run in there. And
He's
then a
probably
whole,
thinking, I'm playing the team that we lost to in the Super Bowl, right?
I don't know, man. That was a decade ago. I think he's thinking, I would like to win this game. I'm
Hmm.
old. He had the distinction of being the only coach older than Belichick, but
I
boy does he
know.
hide it. Boy does he hide it better than Bill did. So that is, yeah, I don't know. I guess I can't get a feeling on the Raiders at all. Like I don't know the fact that their owner is such a goof, the fact that
I
Brady's like
know.
tied in. I don't
Somewhat
know.
involved. Yeah.
Like if Al Davis was still there, I would have a better grasp on it, obviously, but you
Well,
can't
I
live
feel like giving
forever.
like having Brady be the owner or whatever feels like you're taking um I don't know, you're taking Mark Davis a little bit out of the spotlight, which is good, but you're not fully because Brady can't like go to games. How would you feel like by the like let's break that down for a
Yeah.
second.
And by that you
You
mean he has a job. Like it's not like he's banned from going to Raiders games.
no,
He just can't go
but
to
like
them.
how weird would that be if like you had a significant investment in something, but like when they play their 17 games, you can only kind of like peripherally watch. Like you
Yeah.
can barely
Well,
even pay attention to it.
he can go week 2 because they have a late Monday night game.
All right.
So if he wants to go to that one, he can.
Yeah.
And then they have a Thursday night game. He could probably go to that. It's in
Yeah.
Denver, though. He's not going to go to that. Then the next week they play Monday night against Dallas. He'll be at that game.
So they have
So you get
two
to
Monday
check him
night
out.
games.
Yeah, you get to check him out a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is weird to have him so front and center and on the practice field and sort of hyped up. But they're a
Yeah.
franchise that has gone 18 and 33 over the last 3 years. So it's I don't know. I've made it quite clear. I don't know how to feel about this game, and I think that's a big reason why I don't really know what kind of strides the Raiders are even inspired to take.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, like, I think they've got some promising players, but like they're a team that I don't know, looking at their roster, like they should not win more than like 6 or 7 games, right?
Probably, I think so. I mean, I'm the wrong guy to ask. I've made that quite clear. They had a great draft pick in Genty, right? Jack Besh was someone we talked about here. You probably know more about him than I do. I know it was when they picked Travion Henderson, Besh was someone that was in the mix for that pick in the second round. So I don't think he's going to change their franchise,
No.
obviously. They just had Amari Cooper retire, which is always a funny camp storyline when a veteran's like, you know what, this actually sucks.
Yeah.
Do this, by the way. Do the heart thing over there on your Mac. Do it.
A
Just
heart.
just do the heart with your hands, like people do now.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh
Now
my
do a peace sign.
God.
Now do a peace sign. It only works for you because you're on a Mac. Ready?
Ah,
Cracked the
you
code, Doug.
figured it out? You cracked the code?
I googled it.
Wow.
Oh wow! And it does thumbs up and thumbs down. We've had all of these things happen. This is crazy. This is
This
ADD
is great
radio.
for the listeners.
You know what? Just imagine technology. Last one I'm going to give you is 2 thumbs down.
Thumbs don't work for me.
Oh,
Oh,
there we
oh.
go.
I'm in a
We got to use that
rainstorm.
one. It is pouring on Doug. We're going to use that after every Patriots loss. I don't know that 2
What?
thumbs. Oh,
Oh,
fireworks.
fireworks. Fireworks for
All
two
right.
thumbs up.
We are
That's sick.
2 college educated adults just playing with, I would say, 2001 technology here.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
but
really
I don't know.
derailed
Like
that.
I think I said it before. Maybe not. No, I don't think I said it on here. But like when the Patriots came out at practice, maybe I did say it on here. But and like they were wearing numbers to imitate players on the Raiders.
Hmm.
And I'm like, oh, Kyle Duggar's wearing number 11. Like, who's number 11 on the Raiders? And it's Jeremy Chin. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. So, and like, you've got guys wearing number 10 to be Dante Thornton, the rookie wide
Right.
receiver, or like
Right.
number 1, Trey Tucker. It's like, yeah, obviously there's someone in 89 imitating Brock Bowers, and there's someone in 98 imitating Max Crosby, but it's
Yeah.
not as if the rest of this roster is filled with guys that you're like, we have to key in on him and like figure out everything that he's doing. Like, these are just guys for the rest of the roster.
Yeah. And I think you probably have to just prevent Crosby from like a strip sack type situation. Like he's probably going to get to the quarterback 3 or 4 times realistically, just
Yeah,
based on your personnel.
right.
You just got to hope he doesn't wreck the game on you. And the secondary can be picked on. I don't think the front 7 is all that imposing. And again, their offense, they'll move the ball and score. Like Geno's fine.
Right. Yeah.
Geno, let's do a Geno
Well,
Smith
so
stat line. He's going to be 21 for 34 for 270 yards, 1 or 2 touchdowns, maybe a pick.
and probably yeah. It Gino is so interesting because like there are Gino full on supporters. Like I think that he is ranked ninth on Stephen Ruiz's quarterback rankings for the Ringer.
That's a bit high.
And then other people, I think there's other quarterback rankings where he's like 19th or something like that. And like
A bit low.
it like it does like he's very divisive as a quarterback in the NFL. And I think that a lot of people look at him and they're like, oh, that's the guy who like wasn't a starter for like 6 years and got dumped by the Jets. And there's other people that are like, well, he can make all the throws and he can play off platform and like he's got a lot of things going for him. I do settle somewhere in the middle for Geno
Yeah.
Smith. I don't think I can put him as a top 10 quarterback until like he takes some other step towards proving himself that way. But I respect the people who love him that much, you know? Like it's yeah,
Yeah. I mean, he was a good story. What was
right.
that? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
The what was it they called, but I didn't call back. Was that
Oh
the
yeah,
line?
yeah.
But if you look from 21 to 24, which is 4 seasons, I just counted 1 to 4 in my head just to make sure. His rating has been 95.9. Like he's been
Yeah.
well better than average,
Right.
but it comes out to 19 touchdowns and 9 interceptions a year, 7.4 yards per attempt,
Right.
244 yards per game. Like nothing crazy, but he's a solid, at this point, well-traveled NFL veteran. I mean, he's
Yeah.
been in the league for 12 years. So he's someone who can beat you on the road. He's someone who did beat you on the road last year. So it's not the easiest setup if you don't play well. Like if everything goes
Right.
perfectly for the Patriots, I like them, but I guess there's too many unknowns that I don't know. If you're a gambling man, I'd keep that cash in your pocket this week. That's what I would do.
I might take the over, but that's about it. Just because like Gonzalez is out of this game, Raiders don't have a lot of guys on defense. I think the
Maybe.
Raiders can probably run on the Patriots. I think that Brock Bowers could wind up having a big game in this one. So I might take the over, but otherwise, like there are truly so many unknowns in this game.
We are a gambling podcast now. So let's just pivot to that. Who do you
Can
like to
I?
score the first time? Who do you like to score the second touchdown? That's where I want to put my money.
I'm. This is an aside because that Eagles Cowboys game is on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not used to the extra point being a 33 yarder. And like, it feels so weird for the team to have just scored a touchdown and then for them to be like, all right, we're going way back here to kick the extra point.
Yeah.
I know
I'm the opposite.
I know it makes it a more entertaining play or whatever, but I don't know. Yeah.
When I watch college, I'm like, why are they even bothering
Why-
kicking this?
you're
Are you
right,
kidding
yeah.
me? It's just like the ridiculousness of it all.
College
So
kickers though.
that's true. I do have this is actually some breaking personal football news that
Yeah.
I need to get off my chest. For the first time since 2008, I'm playing fantasy football this year.
Wow.
I was
Why?
roped in. I was asked the day before the draft in one of those type of scenarios. I'll keep the
Seems like they really
details.
wanted you to play them. Seems like this was, yeah.
Someone had left the league. They needed the legacy to live on for symmetry. And I'll just say this without revealing any details. The team that I took over was called I Hate Randy Scott. And the team is now called I Also Hate Randy Scott. So I won't
Nice.
say who asked me to be in this league or why.
Wow.
But that yeah, so I mean I'm gonna lose whatever, I don't care. But I've as a vocal opponent of fantasy football for so long, like
Mhm.
the only thing that makes me happy on Twitter is week 1 at 1 p.m. tweeting, I hope all of your fantasy teams lose this week and for the season, and people getting really mad at me. Like that's one of the only things that has brought me joy. But now I have to tweet it about myself. Maybe I don't know. It's just.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotta switch that up.
But you know what the benefit is? It's through Yahoo, which has not changed its website at all since I last used it in 2009. So thank you to them for making me feel comfortable.
Wow.
It is
I
rough.
am in only one league. It's on ESPN. I did absolutely no mock drafts, no research.
Oh, they charge you
And-
for that stuff now. It's like there's like a big business
Right.
in scamming.
Yeah.
No more scamming adults. It's ridiculous.
No, I know. I I like pulled rankings from a website because I was like, I'm just gonna trust this other website right now that they know more than ESPN, and that like the people who are also in this league are just gonna blindly trust ESPN. I'm gonna trust this other site, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I
I would
went by
say
their
this.
rankings instead.
I will not bore anyone with my picks, but I will share one, my boldest. I went with Najee Harris. I'm like, I believe this
Wow.
guy. Like in like the 13th round. I'm like, this guy's eye is going to be okay. We'll see. It's a risk. I
Will
heard he's
he
already.
average 4 yards a carry though?
I heard he's already backing up a rookie, but people get hurt. Oh, and I took smartly Christian McCaffrey's back up there, Brian
Oh, Brian Robinson.
Jr., not his
Uh,
dad.
this is not a fantasy podcast,
No. All right, I'll stop. I'm sorry.
but
But
I
I thought
will
that was pretty
say,
smart by me because he's already injured.
I will say, the running backs go quick in a fantasy draft. I
Yeah.
didn't really realize that heading in. I was like, oh, okay, so
Yeah.
we're in the depths. We're deep in here now at this point.
Yeah. Receivers and backs, quarterbacks are like, who cares? Everyone gets their numbers, I guess.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
for me. Don't care. I'm going to probably go 2-15. Who
Well,
cares?
I look forward to it.
Who cares? As Mike Francesa once said when Stan Lee died, who cares?
All right. Well, I don't know. What else do we have to say about this match? You got anything else? I'm a little concerned about the
Well,
cornerbacks. I'm a little bit concerned about who covers Brock Bowers. I thought that Alex Austin would be a good player to do it, but now that Christian Gonzalez is hurt, the trickle down effect. I don't know if that means like DJ James is covering him, if Craig Woodson is, if Jalen Hawkins is. I don't personally love any of those matchups, but maybe Bowers just goes off regardless. You know?
right. I guess if I had to pick, I'd pick the Raiders just because of most of the reasons you just said. Like, I don't know what this safety group is going to play like. They
No,
haven't really shown what it is all year. So,
no,
I mean, all summer, I should say. I don't know. Yeah, like Jacoby Myers is going to be tough to keep under 880 is like his floor.
right, yeah,
He's probably going to have a lot of catches. He's probably going to be, and then like Genty could be. I mean, I saw some of his highlights in the preseason. He could be a big factor in the
he
game. Like
could, yeah,
we don't know what the front seven looks like either. I mean, Spillane can't make every tackle at the line of scrimmage.
right.
He's not a hero.
I'm still personally a little bit like I feel like that defensive tackle group with Milton Williams and Christian Barmore is a little bit untested. I think that against a team that's going to run the ball a lot with Genty, like you're probably going to have to put Kairos Tonga in there a lot. And then you probably aren't able to get as much of a pass rush because
Mm-hmm.
now you've got three big guys up front. And then Milton Williams is playing defensive end. And Harold Landry is probably the other defensive end. And you got two linebackers. And like, I don't think that you're going to be able to get as much pressure that way. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It's going to be a lot of unknowns. I think they're going to figure things out as the season goes along. I predicted a Patriots win on television today.
Brag.
No big deal. No sick brag there. But I don't feel super confident about it.
Yeah, I guess another reason that I'm sort of in and out on this one, and I mentioned like it was not a bad camp, it was probably a good camp. Someone like Keon White, I think we
Right.
expected to feel better about right now. Like we did the thing on Booty. Is there anyone
Right.
else in that camp where you're like, wow, he had a great 4 weeks. He kept getting better. He was undeniable.
Yeah.
I haven't, unless I'm just blatantly missing someone. Like the whole offensive line was like fine.
Hmm.
I guess Travion Henderson was better than you could have realistically expected a rookie, but
Yeah.
also that was mostly from the first preseason game.
Right.
No other receivers blew anyone away. Chisholm, but I don't think. I mean, who knows if he'll even be active?
He's been wearing a number one jersey to imitate Trey Tucker or Trey Turner. Tur-
Tucker
Tucker. Yeah.
would
That
it
was
would
it? For
indicate
some,
he's not going to be active on Sunday.
I like it would at least indicate that he doesn't have like a massive role in offense. He's taking those scout team reps. So yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but no, like in practices, obviously, like Matt Collins did well, Damari Douglas did well, Keishawn Bowie did
Well,
well.
another one. I'll throw the receiver that they drafted has not exactly made a headline since he got knocked out in the preseason
Right.
week 2.
Yeah. Right.
So
So he's another one who's like probably gonna be active, but probably won't play a big role in my opinion.
but he could be an X factor for that matter,
Yeah.
for that reason. But it's just
For sure.
it's a lot of coulds. There,
Mhm.
Keon White is someone I expected September 1st to be like, this guy is rearing to go, going to have a huge
Right.
season. Doesn't see. It seems
Now
like a
looks
work
like
in
he's gonna
progress.
be rotational. Yeah.
Seems like a work in progress. I thought
Yeah.
Jabril Peppers would be ready to lay the wood. He's not on the team. There's just nobody else that fits that bill of much better player from last year.
Yeah.
I guess that is making me kind of feel iffy about this particular game, and that's part of week one.
Yeah.
There's I don't know how true is it, because Belichick took on the thought later in his career here, like the first month of the season is preseason, but I think he was just trying to cover for the fact that they were 1-2 half the time. Is
Well,
that a real
there
thought?
was also like when the Patriots were going to win 12 games regardless,
Yeah, but then they stopped doing
right?
that,
Then they stopped, and then it
and he still
became
said it.
an issue. I don't know if he said it, but like that's the way he treated it for sure.
Yeah. He said something
Um,
that was like, he would always excuse certain things where it's like,
and
you
real
don't.
football starts after Thanksgiving, all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. Which they
right.
also got bad at toward the end. So,
Extension of the preseason. No, I think it. I think that when you're a team that might not win 8 games, like you can't treat the week one like an extension of the preseason. It's just
right.
you should treat the preseason like the preseason,
Yep.
and now teams don't even do that at this point.
Yep. All
You
right.
know,
Well, we're so good at picks. We were very confident on this. Chiefs, Chargers. I think we both have the Chiefs in Brazil, right? Obviously, we're doing every game. We're a gambling
are
thing.
we really?
Dolphins are 1.5 point underdogs. No, I'm just kidding.
Jeez, Louise, you're
Week
gonna catch me
one,
off guard there.
no, I used to do a picks column every week, and week
Pick scums
one,
are fun. Yeah,
they are fun. Week one was always like, you might as well just puke in a
flip a
bowl and
coin.
see
Yeah,
what you can pull out of it. So I think this game is like the extreme example of that.
100%. Did you ever? Did you want to talk about Stefon Diggs' comments from yesterday at all?
Yeah, yeah. Well, let me start because you were there, so you might be
I
able
was
to lead.
there.
But so Stefon Diggs takes the podium. First time he's talked since minicamp, which was
No,
in.
since late July. It was the first week of camp they talked.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah,
Either way, hasn't talked since camp started.
right. Well, he
And
has, but only once.
to Diana Rossini.
And
And
well,
Phil Perry
yeah,
that night was on TV and was like,
right,
"There's signs he's becoming a bit of a pain in the posterior." He was
right.
queued up by Tom Curran, who said, like, "There's, I don't know, signs that there might be some issues."
Yeah,
And that was the day Vrabel blew up at Phil, kind of for no reason.
right.
So I believe it, and I don't think Phil's like a bomb thrower, so he had some inkling that to say that. Since then, I
I think
believe,
he was also just kind of joking. I think the joke didn't land though
yeah,
with everyone. Yeah,
yeah, like it wasn't this guy's an a-hole and needs to
right.
go.
Yeah,
But the New York Post did write it up, which I learned yesterday. I believe Cardi B might have spread it around too, like
right.
reacted to it, and that really brought attention to it. So Stefon Diggs goes to the podium and basically says, "I'm sorry if I came off the wrong way. I'm sorry. I don't want an ego trip. I don't want to do anything." So it was smart for
Yeah.
Diggs to do that because the headline everywhere and what everyone talked about was Diggs apologizes to media for whatever. Like that was how you had to frame it. But my take, I wasn't in the room like you were, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. My take was I am demanding an apology from Tom and Phil, and I'm not really going to talk until I get it.
I would not say that there was an ultimatum there made by Stefon Diggs, but I think it was very intentional for him to mention Tom and Phil by name. Um, I think yeah, it was like he was apologizing. They didn't talk that much this summer. Um, I think he came off very mature and good.
And like a star. Like he had command of that room
Yeah,
in a
like he
way that a
cleared
lot of
the
Patriots
air.
haven't really lately.
And like I've never been in a situation like that where like a player does that and then like Tom Curran steps up and is like, "Hey, this is my side." And then
Right.
Phil's like, "Hey, this is my side." Like it
Very
was
much
very
a
much
locker room conversation, not a
right,
podium
yeah.
conversation.
In the media workroom with 30 or 50 media members
And
in
cameras and
there.
microphones and PR and weird.
And I immediately wrote it up because like it was such a big deal. Like I noticed that a lot of other people didn't even really like tweet about it or
Mm.
write about it that much, which I was a little bit surprised by. Obviously, Stefon Diggs said a lot of other things. He said that like he's not going to demand a lot of targets. I asked him like, "Hey, why were you sometimes like not involved in some drills?" And he explained that. So like it was a very fruitful
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, yeah. The
Um,
start of it reminded me, the only comparable I have would be Randy Moss after week 1 in 2010 when he had the
right.
weight of the earth on his shoulders,
Yeah.
where he's literally like, they make me do this. I'm just going to talk and then I'm going to leave.
Right.
But that was just the start because after that, Diggs was pretty engaging. And I
Yeah.
think this is the same way he was when everyone was doing the boat questions, like
Right. He knows what he's doing up there.
we've
Yeah.
seen so many people say or be cornered and not want to answer anything and
Right.
sort of get cagey and get nasty. He like the way he treated that boat stuff was like, I'm gonna look you in the eye. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. I won't talk about it. And that's just how it's good. But like he does handle it very well. But
Yeah.
just the star power of that room stood out where it was like this man has the microphone and everyone is like wrapped.
And hopefully that makes things good for the rest of the year. I know that Phil said, I think he said it on NBC Sports Boston. I think he even said it in the room with Stefon Diggs that like he talked to him in the locker room. So obviously that was very mature of Phil to do that. And he talked to him on Wednesday in the press conference room. So seems like, yeah, air has been cleared. And we'll see what this looks like moving forward. But I don't know. I thought it was smart. I felt obviously a little bit bad that like Phil and Tom get mentioned by name.
Well, that's
Um,
why I think it
but
was you said ultimatum, but like that's kind of what I was getting at because that is like I said, that would be a pretty normal locker room conversation.
right,
Like, hey man, you went on TV and said I'm an asshole, like, and
right,
then Phil could be like, yeah, you know what, that's my bad. Like, I
yeah,
really shouldn't have done that. Like,
right. It
I
puts him
screwed
on the
up.
spot a little bit for sure. Yeah,
But
yeah,
Phil said to his own credit, like I think on BST last night, like we have a platform,
right,
and I said that on it.
yeah,
He has every right to use a platform
right.
to do the exact. So like, there's no issue, which I think is pretty rare in this day and age. Like, how old is Diggs? 30. He's gonna be
One
31, or he is 31.
31. I think he's 31.
Does that make him a millennial still, or is he
I
Gen
think he
Z?
is.
He's like on the millennial Gen
Oh,
Z edge.
he might
Oh,
still be a
he's a
millennial.
millennial. He's a
Yeah,
millennial. So yeah, he's got. If he was Gen Z, it would be all done. So fortunately for Phil and you and everyone else down there,
yeah,
you have a mature Diggs. Which, I mean, I said it before they signed him. Like my biggest concern was him blowing up on Josh Allen happening here to your
right.
second year quarterback.
Yeah.
Long way to go in that one.
I
He's at least said everything right since he's been here.
I also think that like I don't know, like with this already out there, and like I do think that ultimately Diggs obviously didn't do enough to reach that level, and that's why Phil did apologize, and that's why Tom did apologize. But I also do think that like this stuff already being out there of like such minor infractions or whatever you even want to call them got to this level. They're like, I don't know, like does Diggs have second thoughts about potentially doing something like that because of all of this happened?
About doing the press conference?
No, about like does he blow up on someone on the sideline? You know?
Oh, I mean, you would hope so because there should be some, and it's not like it always gets confused. Like, remember how annoying the memes were, where it was like Odell Beckham Jr. kicks a
Right.
net and
Yeah.
everyone says he's a problem.
Right.
Tom Brady yells on the
Yeah.
sideline and he's a hero. It's like
Right.
there are some nuances at play that
Oh, for sure.
factor in,
And no,
but
like
so it's not
players
like if
should
he's
show emotion on the sidelines.
yeah, it's just when you're just like stalking your quarterback and yelling at him, it's not
Right.
really getting the job done. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I do think he's put in a more veteran role. He's not a captain. I don't know if that matters.
Right. Don't think so. Wasn't expecting him to be captain.
Me neither. But usually your best players are. But
Yeah.
maybe I don't know. I guess yeah. I guess you'd hope it's that. But until it's the heat of the season,
Yeah.
and maybe it's December, and he doesn't have a catch, and it's the third quarter, and they're losing a game, we'll see something. But until then, you have to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's at least, without addressing it,
Right.
sort of addressed it.
Yeah. No, for sure. So we talked about
Oh,
Diggs.
we have one more big topic.
What is it?
Big topic. This is the
Uh-oh.
talk of the town on Football World. Red zone.
Oh
I
yeah.
have
So
some thoughts on a couple thoughts. There's two channels on Red Zone, talking channels like avenues to discuss.
do you know what one I didn't like today? Can I say it?
I think I do what you say it. The one that you're not watching football if you watch Red Zone.
Yeah, the pretentious people. I didn't like that.
So I'm a little bit of a hardo, and while it has not always been well articulated, I do believe if you watch Red Zone at 1 p.m., you are barely doing more than not watching football because you are watching this chaotic.
Yeah.
You're watching live Sports Center. I think Red Zone is great at 4 when there's 3 games going on.
Yeah.
You can really watch 3 games
Yeah.
because of the way the timing works, the way they go double box.
You kind of
At
know
1 o'clock,
everything that's happening in the 4 o'clock window.
yeah. And if you're stuck at home and the only
Right.
game on your TV at 4 is, I don't know, Cowboys Jaguars for some reason or
Yeah.
something, and it's just a dreadful game. It is a great addition. But I think if you throw it on at 1 and there's 8 games happening, you really aren't watching those. You're keeping up with the inflection points of the game, but you're not, and that's not like, it's the most you can do, but you're not really knowing what's going on in the game.
So I've got a take on that as well. If
And wait,
you,
let me just, before you go,
oh yeah,
it has been the perfect service for fantasy and gambling,
oh for sure,
more so than sitting down and enjoying football. It's like, I need that guy to get this catch. I need that team to do this. I got this parlay, as opposed to, I like football. I want to watch it.
So I do enjoy Red Zone. If you are like me, and if you watch Thursday Night Football, you watch a game from start to finish. If it's your favorite team or the team that you cover, if you watch Sunday Night Football, if you watch Monday Night Football, I think you're allowed to watch Red Zone on Sunday.
Well, you're allowed to do anything.
Like you're consuming so many other full football games that if you just want to consume Red Zone from 1 to on the 1 o'clock window and the 4 o'clock window, you're still watching a whole game on Thursday night. You're still watching an entire game on Sunday night, and you're still watching an entire game on Monday night. So like, I think that kind of excuses you to do it.
Yeah, it's just the point is you aren't absorbing the football game. I think is
You're
still
not,
fair, but that doesn't.
yeah.
But you're right. Some people have articulated it in a way that's a little bit snooty. Is that the right word? Where it's like, and like, I'll admit, I probably sound like a bit of a hardo too, but I am a day one Thursday night football lover. When it was trash, when it was on the NFL Network, and it was like Rams in the old empty dome against whoever, when it was color rush, when the Jaguars looked like pee against the Titans, like those, I loved. I love those games. So
I could probably count on 2 hands the amount of Thursday night football games I have not watched in the last like 15 years.
Yeah. Like, give me Jags Titans Thursday night football over that famous Chiefs Rams game from 2018 where it was like 55 to 53 or whatever. Give me 13-6. Oh, you know what was great? Remember the Seahawks Cardinals played a Thursday nighter? I believe it was a tie.
What was it, like 6-6?
Yeah. There was like clanks, there's missed kicks. The Seahawks were wearing like the highlighters.
Right.
And it was like, this is the best game I've ever seen him. And the whole reaction in the country was worst game ever. And I'm like, you people are idiots. That was awesome. I'm going to watch it tonight after this Eagles game.
There we go. Well, no, I don't know. I think that
there's room for everyone.
I don't mind Red Zone as someone who, like, I guess covers the NFL because like it does allow you to know everything that's going on without having to kind of check back a little bit. But yeah, no, I mean, people are entitled to their opinions, and the commercials thing, I'm just kind of like, whatever. I don't know.
Well, I have thoughts on the commercials, and I don't want to sound like a corporate bootlegger, not bootlegger. I don't want to sound like a corporate bootlegger.
I'd rather sound like a corporate bootlegger
Hell
than
yeah.
bootlicker.
I bootleg corporate stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be like, but the reality is, it's not that much. It's a minimal amount.
If it's truly a minute of commercials over 7 hours, it's kind of like whatever.
And it was crazy to me that with how much these networks pay to broadcast the games, that the Red Zone has been allowed to exist as long as it has.
Yeah.
Like CBS, Fox, NBC, Amazon, ABC, ESPN, and someone else is in there now. I'm missing someone. Peacock. Everyone pays, well, I guess that's NBC, but everyone pays billions and billions of dollars to have these games. And then there's just this network, you pay like $100 a year and you just watch whatever, and there's no ads. I always found that a little crazy, but I don't like, this is where I don't want to sound like a corporate suck up. Are football fans just in such a vacuum that, because I hate this, I do hate that this exists, but it's not new, that there are so many streaming platforms that have ads. Everyone's like, you're going to pay for a service and then there's going to be ads on it. It's like, I don't know, Hulu, Peacock, Paramount Plus, HBO, if you don't pay an extra $80 a year, Netflix, if you don't pay more, they all do ads in the content, which is like, trash. Like I have the
Yeah.
ad tier Hulu, and if I want to watch a movie, it's gonna go to commercials 4 times, and it's like
Somehow we have the ad Hulu too, and I'm just like, well, I'm never gonna watch Hulu. Like,
I
well, I'm
barely ever do. Like I
yeah,
DVR Always Sunny so that I don't have to watch it on Hulu because it takes a half hour to watch 22 minutes.
yeah. Somehow as part of a package, we got like the Hulu with ads. I'm like, you
Right.
might as well just like take it back. I'll still pay the same amount, but like, just don't even give me access to this. It's
You know
pointless.
what's crazy is I had HBO Max, Go, HBO, whatever you
Hmm.
want to call it. And I didn't realize I re-upped it through my credit card with like a deal, and it was like $100 for the year. And I was like, cool. I didn't even know I had the ad tier because my smart TV was a piece of crap that couldn't serve the ads in some like
Wow.
so like I would watch HBO and never saw an ad unless I was on my downstairs TV. And I'm like, what is going on? The same movie, I would go upstairs, no ads, downstairs, ad. I'm like,
Wow.
oh, that's weird. But my TV was so bad operating system wise, like it was just junk. Like you hit a
Yeah.
button, you gotta wait. That I got an Apple TV,
Wow.
hook up, and the ad started playing, and I think I lasted. Sorry for that. I think I lasted an hour before I logged in and upgraded my account and paid the extra $80 because it's
Yeah.
unusable. So
No,
like I
it's yeah.
get the disgust and fear and actually applaud everyone freaking out a little bit, but it's
Right.
just like, did you not know that most streaming services are already doing that?
Right. I don't know. We don't need to get into streaming services, but like there's a new ESPN streaming service that I truly don't even know what it is. Like I'm someone who also still has cable, so like do I even have to have this? What is this thing?
I have cable, and when I use the ESPN app, it looks like the exact same one they've always had.
I know, like, but I keep seeing stuff about it. I'm just
Yeah.
confused. I'm a dumb person, I guess.
I'm a
But yeah, I
cable
don't know.
guy. Yeah. No, I think it's just it gives more access. I think you used to have a cable subscription to get most of that.
Right.
You could have ESPN Plus, but I don't know. We're the wrong
I
people to
don't
talk about it
know.
because we're big cable boys. But
Yeah.
you're right. They do advertise that. I think it's sort of like Nesson 360, which I watch games on like my Roku TV because I have cable,
Right.
but I don't subscribe to the app. Which, by the way, big baseball boys, we were in for a good month coming up, but not feeling too good anymore.
That the between the Roman Anthony injury and how badly they got their asses beaten on Wednesday.
And the fact that Crochet is running out
Oh,
of gas,
yeah, it's not
bad
looking great.
vibes. They are going to Arizona and Sacramento, so they should go at least 4-2 over their next 6, and then
But
come
if
back
they
to
don't,
Fenway.
oh my God.
Right. I mean,
Yeah,
you know what it was? I can actually Big Baseball Boys podcast.
100%.
I'm doing a lot of baseball writing these days because
Wow.
I'm filling it at NBC. They have a couple guys in Phil and Tom. You might have heard of them. They're doing a lot of Patriot stuff, so it's like you got
Stefon
to
Diggs
fill.
has heard of him.
Well, he's not sure. I don't want to get the names wrong. Um, the season, the pivotal point of the season
Yeah.
was Greg Weissert coming in for Peyton Tolley and immediately blowing the game on what was the most electric
Yeah,
game
that was
of the season, the most electric game at Fenway in years.
yeah.
Since the 2021 season, Fenway has not had that Friday night vibe, and he just killed it. Tommy Pham with a
Mhm.
line drive over Rafaela's head, another double after that. The place went flat. You ruined what was an electric moment, and then you lost to the Pirates twice. You lost the
Yeah.
next day too. That to me, when we look back at the season ultimately ending, probably with like a wild card round loss.
Yeah.
That's what they were in the mix for the AL East then, and now they don't have a chance because they don't have the horses because
I know. It's sad.
injuries shouldn't be allowed.
Real quick, took
Mm-hmm.
my daughter Olivia to a carnival tonight,
Mm.
and I just want to say I'm glad carnivals and carnival workers still exist because it just brings me back to a bygone era. And I'm like, you know what? Everything's corporate, everything's AI, everything's like, and like,
Not the
but there's
carnival.
there's still carnival workers who will try to scam you out of every dollar that you have, and like they're all yelling to you to try out their games, and you could just like walk past them without even speaking because like there'd be no way to respond to every single one of them. It's just like it's kind of nice to know that there's one thing in the world that truly has not changed at all in like 30 years,
That's
probably longer
true.
than that.
I haven't been in quite some time. I
Like the
probably should
games are
start
the
going.
same, the rides are the same. There was a ride that just spins you around upside down in circles. There was another one that had like two things going at once, once again upside down. It would
Like,
just hang you upside down for like 15 seconds.
yeah, like a pirate ship, but it goes upside
But
down.
it actually goes all the way upside down. I'm like,
Yeah, I
I
think
didn't
one of
go on
those.
it. Olivia didn't go on it, but like, thank God this thing still exists. You know,
Yeah, I think one of those got stuck upside down for a while
you
recently.
just need a little danger in your life
Did
sometimes.
you go in the zipper?
I don't even know which one the zipper is. I went on like the roller coaster that just kind of like goes around in a circle a bunch and then it takes you backwards. Have
Like
you
the
been on one of
dragon?
those?
Not like the dragon coaster.
It's basically, yeah. That one made me like a tiny, tiny, tiny bit nauseous. So then
Jeez.
after that, I was like, let's do a Ferris wheel. Let's do like the fun house. Let's do the other fun house. Because unless it takes some Dramamine, things that just spin you around in a circle are
Yeah.
gonna probably just wind up making me
Damn.
feel sick.
Should have done that when I did my back hurt from podcasting talk because
Oh
I think that is
yeah.
an aging thing. Um, the zipper, it's when you sit in a little bench,
Uh-huh.
you and a friend,
Yep.
and they close the door. It's like a jail cell. There's
Oh
just
yeah.
cage in front of you, and it's like a vertical Ferris wheel almost, but your
Right.
car is flipping. The
Yes.
car unit is flipping as you kind of oscillate. And when I was like in high school, we would try to get as many flips in a row as we could, and we'd get like 13 flips. And I was like, you know what? If this is how it ends for me,
Yeah.
pretty cool way to go.
Pretty
Like
cool way to go. Yeah.
blaze of
Yeah.
glory at the Woburn Carnival. So, yeah, I gotta get back in there. I do. We didn't get
Well,
to go
there's one
this
in
year.
Sharon right now. Olivia had a blast at it.
Free
Pretty
advertising.
far for you.
This podcast has been brought to you by the Sharon Carnival. My
Fiesta
family,
Carnivals.
we like to go to Old Orchard Beach, which
Okay.
you would love based on what you said, because it is kind of untouched. It is not corporate. I'll say that. It is very much old school, a little grimy, a little off-putting. You're kind of like, is it safe here? But it
Oh
is.
yeah.
The beach is great, but they have a carnival, a permanent carnival there. They call it
Yeah.
Palace Playland. And the rides are carnival rides. They got all the games. And it's not as the workers there are usually like Canadians.
Mhm.
So they're like summer jobs. It's not pure carnival barkers, you know?
Right. Yeah.
It's maybe a little friendlier, but you still get the same vibe. And my kids like it. We do like the fun house is definitely from like the 60s and everything's
yeah.
broken. And it's
Yeah.
like, wow, I just walked over metal bars. Crazy. That was fun. But
When I did that, I did have to say to Olivia, like, hold on, because you're gonna fall if you do this.
yeah, it's yeah, you know, it's stood the test of time.
Truly has. Okay, we're
Wait,
gonna go.
don't
I
go
gotta put
yet.
my daughter to bed. Yes, yeah.
One final closing
Oh
thought,
my
because
goodness.
we are not just a baseball boys podcast. You're a big hockey guy. You're
Love it.
an expert. Do you know who the goalie on the Bruins is?
I'll know when you say his name.
Jeremy Swayman.
Yes.
Pride of the University of Maine, pride of
Yes.
Alaska, is in like his 4th year probably. He talked after captain's practice day, and his quote is going to end our podcast today, okay?
Okay.
He was asked how he is doing this year as compared to last fall. Here's a quote. This is from Connor Ryan, Boston.com. Quote, "I'm a completely different human being. Sitting here, Jeremy Swayman is in a great spot, and I'm really excited about that." And I just think, you know, people are going to come at him and say, wow, this guy's a Looney Tune. I'm going to just try to follow it and say Michael Hurley is in a great spot right now. Different human being from last year, and I am loving it.
All of your cells have changed since last year. So
completely different human being.
yeah.
I am.
You can't talk to Jeremy Swayman about what happened last year because he's now a completely different human being.
Couldn't tell you. I don't know. You'd have to ask the old Jeremy.
So next week, when people try to be critical of Michael for constantly making the springy noise with his microphone, he can say, I'm a completely new human being. I'm in a great spot.
I think I'm going to take the springs off of the arm because I don't think they actually do anything at all.
This is what happens when I even like hit the springs. It just makes a hollow noise.
My springs are busted.
Springs are very springy.
I should get it. I don't know. We'll figure it out, Doug. One of these days we'll do we've done several podcasts without issues, but we've done several with issues.
It hasn't been terrible this time, but okay, we're going to go. I got to go. We'll talk to you.
We'll talk to you after the Patriots game
on Sunday night after the Patriots play the Raiders.
Don't watch Red Zone, people. Don't do it.
Only if you hate football and you're a fraud.
Yeah.
Then you can watch Red Zone.
Fake football fan.
Fake
fraud, commercial lover.
Fraud. Bye.